When I stand on that edge, there is no security. There's no handrail to keep me safe, there's no parachute, and there's no safety net. The only thing I can trust is myself. And that's exactly what takes me to the edge. When you're standing on a rooftop 100 stories high, the world stands still. And today I'd like to talk to you about that edge. But before we get there, I'd like to ask you, are you comfortable right now? I hope so. The seats are designed to make you feel comfortable and relaxed. We live in a very comfortable world. We don't have to face our fears if we don't want to. But this world of safety is a recent phenomenon. Historically, we lived in more dangerous times. What didn't kill us made us stronger. Being forced through uncomfortable events made people grow. Uncomfortable events showed us the extremes of the world and the true limits of our own abilities. Nowadays, we have boxed ourselves in. We have removed ourselves from all known threats. But we haven't realized that our comfort suddenly has become our biggest threat. Nowadays, if people are afraid of something, they shy away from it for the rest of their lives. And that poses many problems that they need help with throughout their lives. And that's exactly how you let fear hollow your insides out and suppress your true potential in life. And people might search like crazy within that comfort zone for coaches, therapists, and drugs. But the solutions to these problems is outside the comfort zone they so dearly reside in. I happen to believe that direct confrontation is the best way to handle those problems. And you obviously can't do that comfortably, so you find yourself forced to step out of your box. So like the lunatic that I am, I started chasing fear in order to learn to fight it and control it. People describe me as fearless. I look around for the tallest building I can see, figure out a way to get on top of it, and the next thing you know, there I am, 100 stories high, on top of a skyscraper in Dubai, looking down onto the beautiful streets of Dubai Marina. But I wasn't always like this. When I was younger, I was afraid of heights. Really, really afraid. And so, at the age of 15, I decided to climb onto a local rooftop of a school. And it was only about 10 meters high. And although 5 meters isn't very much, to me, it was terrifying. I was nervous, sweating, and shaking. But I thought to myself, I'm going to sit there and be comfortable. At the start, I didn't notice the beauty of the sky blending into the horizon or the serenity of the silence way above the ground. I felt nothing but fear cloud my mind. But I came back to that school several times until I got completely comfortable at that height. But as you can imagine, after a while, 5 meters just wasn't enough. I wanted to reach higher. I wanted to push myself. So I was always looking for my next challenge. The highest buildings in Aarhus, where I'm from, the tall buildings of Turkey, or the skyscrapers of Dubai. As soon as I had climbed one building, I was thinking, I wonder what's the next building I can climb is. Of course, there's a huge rush to it. That's part of it. I can't even describe to you how great it feels to walk down the streets of a city, look up at the buildings around me and think, wow, I really climbed those. But as I got better at handling the extreme sensation of fear, I started noticing how nice it was to sit down on the edge and enjoy the view. I even learned to observe my emotions rather than being controlled by them. Up here, or up there, that was, fearful emotions were my enemy. I needed to be calm and in control. I think it appealed to something deep within my nature. I think there's something very primal about wanting to climb the tallest trees or stepping up to the edge of a cliff and looking down into the unknown down below. When I stand on that edge, there is no security. There's no handrail to keep me safe. There's no parachute to keep me safe. And there's no safety net. The only thing I can trust is myself. And that's what takes me to the edge. When you're standing on that edge, 100 stories high, everything else stands still. And you, yourself, are the ultimate boundary. On one side of the edge, if I, for some reason, lose my balance, fall and tip over, it would mean certain death for me. But on the other side, on the peaceful side of the rooftop with the wonderful view, I could say I looked death into the eye and survived. My theory was, that if I could handle myself at such a truly dangerous situation, I could control my nerves anywhere. If I'd feel my body shake with fear, I'd know how to calm myself down and perform my best. And that is how, when you touch down at the base of your fears, brilliance happens. I think our natural inclination to conquer our fears certainly has helped us survive in the past. Personally, it helped me tremendously with exams, presentations, and right now, right here on this stage, I learned that what happened up there mattered down here. And although it might seem inherently stupid or suicidal almost to climb on top of a skyscraper, let's put it into perspective, shall we? Of all the people that came into this hall and sat down, how many of you fell out of your chairs? How many of you were even slightly nervous to fall out of your chairs? None, I presume. And so the skill is not in how good you are at sitting. The skill is how good you are at managing your fears. Why is it that if we are perfectly capable of sitting down on a chair on the ground, we find ourselves paralyzed to do the same thing on a rooftop? When you're back in society, you notice that comfort has become our biggest threat. Because inside our little box of security, we found ourselves in a predicament. Problems grow inside the box. And because we never venture outside the box, we have no idea how to handle them. And that, of course, is a problem. And I'm certain that if I hadn't challenged my comfort zone, I wouldn't have been able to do half the stuff I do for myself or for the people around me. This isn't to say that I'm different or better than anyone. I just did what any one of us would do as a child, explored the world around me, and coincidentally got better along the way. Just like a child that climbs the tallest trees in order to challenge himself. And so, this is my story, and I can only speak for myself. Courageousness is not limited to rooftoping. But the point is that everybody is afraid of something. So, please, the next time you are confronted with fear, don't view it as your edge of discomfort, but rather as your edge of brilliance. Thank you.